Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Agus Kumaiti. In here, I would like to explain about my latest research with the title of SCADA Dynamic Application Design Equipped with Multi-Connection. I came from Automation Engineering Department, Politeknik Perkapalan Negeri Surabaya. As we know, the use of automation control system in industry aims to help and improve the effectiveness of human work. The Industry 4.0 period, where the number 4.0 indicates the industrial revolution which has entered the fourth wave. And Modbus protocols supports many modems and gateway to work. The initial system design was made in the form of a flowchart as shown in the picture here. The system will start with problem identifications and continue with study literature. Then we are trying to analyze the software system requirement and continue with system planning. The next step is system communication protocol planning. Then after we build the protocol planning, then we try to test the system. Then if the trial successful, it will continue to software design and development. And then the next step is software testing. If the trial success, the system will continue to whole system testing. And for the last, if the trial is success, then we make some analysis and discussion for the report generation. In this system, the problem raised is an effort in order to be able to design dynamic application with multiple connections as well as a graphical user interface to create a human-machine interface, or we call HMI. Based on graphical user interface with efforts to apply Modbus TCP/IP protocols, Modbus RTU and MQTT for module data communication with applications, and integrating MySQL Firebase and CSV databases for data transaction from server to the applications. For the previous research, the authors seek as much information as possible about the concept that will be used in this study. The search was carried out related to information about first is Modbus communication protocol that conducted by Kelong Wang at 2014, and also we are seek another information from Atmoko and Yang at 2018 about MQTT, and the last is about MySQL databases from Gorkis 2018, Fahmi 2013, and Subianto 2015. The dynamic application system is running on the ASP.NET MVC framework, or we can known by Visual Studio, and supported by Modbus and MQTT connectivity, and also several DBMS for data transaction, including MySQL Firebase and CSV. For the main programming, we are using OOP. This dynamic application, this research used the object-oriented programming as the basis for the preparation of the program structure. We call this software as SCADA. This software has three workspaces, including the task management. The second is graphic design tab, and the third is configuration tab, where each workspace tab has a different functions. And this is the task management. By using these facilities, we can declare about any connections, including Modbus TCP/IP, Modbus RTU, or even a serial communication using RS-232. And the second facilities is graphic design. In graphic design, there are some toolbox that we can use, like control shapes and SMI symbols. We can easily use this toolbox by drag and drop to the canvas. And the third is the configuration. In here we can set up the range. If we are using analog signal, we can adjust, or we can change the minimum range or the maximum range of any analog input or analog output. SCADA dynamic application use several Modbus communication protocols, as I said before, including Modbus TCP/IP, Modbus RTU interfaces. In order to communicate with each other, data is organized using a registry number for each Modbus communication. Every device or device that is connected to each other using Modbus requires Modbus access as a communication protocol that corresponds to each registry number on Modbus access. Here are the Modbus protocol results. For the testing stage, we are using open Modbus slave software. We can give any value from a specific registry like tank or cage, and this SCADA software successfully display the value of tank and cage by using Modbus TCP/IP connections. SCADA software will connect to a broker and have a certain topic, which in this case the broker used is Mosquito, with local configuration and the help of the MQTT Explorer application as an interface. Data that have been received will be automatically separated and described based on the subscribed topic. Here is the MQTT protocol result. By using this MQTT protocol, it means that this software enabling open connection to an internet. For the DBMS or database management system, this database on the application are supported for several databases, for example MySQL, Firebase, and CSV files with several data type like integer, float, double, and Boolean data types. The data will be received and parsed based on each column in the database table automatically. Communication with the database can be made with the help of connector in the form of library frameworks such as SQL connections and Fireswap, which are available in the Nugget library package. Here is the example of MySQL connection from the task management facilities. As we can see here, the SCADA software successfully read the data from the local databases for each column and each rows. The successful connections also happen on the Firebase connections and also for the CSV connections. In the following communication test, SCADA uses variables to test the connection between the hardware and the SCADA application. The purpose of communication test to prove the success of the connection that has been made, where the results can be seen in the tables. As we can see here, for the Modbus TCP communication test, the successful data reading has percentage of success up to 100%. The same thing is happening to MQTT communication test and also MySQL communication test. For the read speed data testing, we are provided several testing schemes for the Modbus, MySQL, MQTT, and Firebase. And with the result of Modbus TCP read speed data with the minimum value of 0.51 and the maximum data reading speed is 0.64 seconds. For the MySQL read speed data, the minimum value is 0.48 seconds and the maximum value of 0.56 seconds. For the MQTT read speed data, minimum value of 0.47 and the maximum value of 0.64. For the Firebase or CSV read speed data, we got 0.40 seconds and the maximum of 0.62 seconds. As the conclusion of this research, the communication by using either Modbus TCP IP, MQTT, or MySQL, we can conclude that the successful rate for this application is reaching to 100%. And this is the last slide of this presentation. Thank you for your attention, and wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.